And the next conversation is taxes. Mark Twain says it the best. The only difference between the taxman and the taxidermist is that the taxidermist leaves the skin. Isn't that true? The first we have to do when we look at our taxes is to think differently about how we do it. I call this tax preparing versus tax planning. See, most of the times when we talk to our tax professionals, it's around January till April normally. And it's a time in which we want our tax professional to help us prepare the taxes of the year before. And what we're simply doing is we're looking at this conversation through the rear view mirror, kind of like my father when he was looking at his spending plan. And it does create a lot of angst because, you just see a number. You're either going to get some money back or you're going to owe some money. And you feel completely out of control. How about if we change our vision? We look through the front windshield into the future, and that we call tax planning. You see, I've found that there's a lot of things we can do, actually 32 potential ideas that we have to help you reduce your income taxes this year. You have to do that by thinking differently, looking forward, asking the question, what can I do strategically this year to be able to reduce my income taxes? Those opportunities are certainly available for you. When I look at taxes, I also look about the tax rate and what the tax rate has been in the United States. Here's a simple chart to just show you that the tax rate for the highest income earners have varied very, very much and in a big way over different decades or different years. The shocking part is that the average tax bracket, highest tax bracket, was as high as 58%. That is a significantly higher rate than where we are at the moment at 37%. Now let me ask you a question. When you think about the future, do you think that we are likely to reduce the amount of debt we have as a country? We just recently increased our national debt by $4.5 to $5 trillion to be able to help our country survive through COVID. Do you see the debt in the country going down, or do you see it going up like I do? Second question, is the economy slowing down, or is the economy speeding up? Before COVID, the economy was slowly slowing down. I say slowly slowing down because we were slowing down, but not rapidly. After COVID, it's a whole different ballgame. We're trying to recover during this period of time. The question I'm really driving is, what do you think your future income tax rates are going to be? Do you think it's going to be higher or lower than today? I do not see national spending slowing down. And we also are getting to a place where the pure interest on the amount of debt is requiring the government to be able to raise more taxes, most probably for the future. Why is this a significant issue right now? Why am I talking to you about it? I'm talking to you about it because I think I see a significant opportunity for you in the next 5 to 6 years. The current tax code, the way it's written, is determined to be the same if we have a re-election of President Trump until 2025. We are in the lowest income tax rate environments where we have been in a very, very long time. And as I say, if you do anticipate income taxes to go up in the future, then we're looking at higher income tax rates. And if we do so, when we pull money out of a lot of different investment accounts, we'll be subject to be paying more income taxes. I'm very specifically talking about probably the biggest area where most people have saved the most amount of money in their retirement is in their 401k accounts. When they leave their jobs, it goes into an IRA. And the reason most people save the most amount of money in here is because, one, it was given to them as a systematic investment program. And two, some companies even matched your contribution. This is where we see typically 85 to 95% of families' retirement money is sitting. Well, when you're simply pulling money out at a lower income tax rate, today, the amount of money that you would be able to keep in your pocket rather than paying a higher income tax rate in the future could be substantially more. And we talk often about a great opportunity that exists, and this is whether or not you should keep accumulating that value of that account inside of your IRA. Here's an example. We have a $250,000 account for a 60-year-old. We have a moderate return of about 4%. This money continues to grow until age 90. This person will be subject to what we call required minimum distributions. That happens now at age 72. This investment portfolio is 60% stock, 40% bonds. And we are calculating what the total tax rate would be, or taxes paid, over this person's lifetime as he's moving money out of his IRA from 72 till age 90. We first see that the total tax bill on just these required minimum distributions is close to $100,000. Then, if we make the assumption he takes the proceeds, doesn't live on it, puts it back into a brokerage account that is getting taxed as the money grows, he'll be paying another $41,000 in taxes. And finally, when he passes, and the money passes on to his children will be subject to an income tax. And that includes another close to $65,000. An astonishing total of $205,000 in total taxes and leaving the money inside of an IRA. If we convert this money simply at once, which is most painful, but we convert this money, we would pay an income tax bill of $62,500 one time. Please note that there would be no income taxes in the future because there would be no required minimum distributions, because Roth IRAs are not subject to a required minimum distribution. Also, when he finally passes away and passes the money on to his children, there would be no income taxes. So I've got a short question for you. Would you want to pay $205,000 of income taxes, or would you like to pay $62,500? So folks, not every example is this easy. It does take some careful planning to be able to look at this opportunity, but I think it is a very, very viable opportunity. I often share with the families we work with that I'm simply a financial chiropractic, a tax financial chiropractic. And it's because of this next picture. You know that you can have the same fund, let's call it a Vanguard fund, that earns at the same rate of return. But you can put that fund into 3 different buckets, and it will have a very different result as a result of the tax code. You can grow your money taxable, you can grow your money tax deferred, or you can grow your money tax free. What we do often and every day in our office is we just share with folks the opportunities that they have to be able to become more tax efficient with the way they grow their money. Go from a taxable environment to tax deferred. Go from a tax deferred environment to tax free. And ultimately going from a taxable to tax free environments. And by doing so, we're much more efficient in the way that we are growing wealth for your future, and you are keeping much more of your hard-earned monies in your own possession that helps you drive your dreams and where you want to go. We have a third opportunity for you to benefit from our discussion today. I would love to share with you that we have a complimentary report that we can analyze your very unique situation and see if you could benefit from this discussion. So simply click here on the link below my screen and schedule a 15-minute conversation. Again, we will gather the information that we need to be able to produce a report for you like this. And you'll be able to clearly see whether or not it would make sense for you to take a look at this unprecedented opportunity that exists as a result of the income tax code at the moment. We will simply ask questions that we need to be able to collect the information. There would be nothing that you can buy from us. We would not be selling anything to you. We just want to be of help to you, quantify for you the impact of looking at this discussion for your future now. Now, I would agree with you. This is not easy. This is technical. And in my opinion, I really, really believe you should work with an advisor, whether it's us or not. When you evaluate an advisor, I would suggest you need to look at 3 factors. First factor is whether or not an advisor is independent and objective, and if they are upholding a fiduciary standard. Fiduciary standard means your best interest first. The second factor I would look at is to see if this advisor has retired other families. Simply ask them, how many people have you retired? 85% of all advisors just work with folks still in the accumulation phase of life, and they simply have never retired anybody. It does make a big difference the first time you retire someone. It takes a different set of tools and a different discipline to help somebody live on their money for the rest of their lives. And then finally, I would ask them whether they're offering just a product solution or if there's a planning process. And as you look at the different planning processes, I would also ask them whether they are certified financial planners. It does take a lot of education and a good amount of experience to be able to have this designation. And it is the most prestigious planning designation in our industry. So those are the 3 factors I would consider you looking at. So most of the common questions I get after a workshop or webinar like this is, Hilgardt, would you be able to look at our unique situation? How can you help us maybe do all the things, reduce taxes, reduce risk, and give us the confidence that we have that our money will last for our entire life? And the answer is yes, we can help you with that. Because every day we meet with families just like you. We're helping them dream, become clear about their vision for the future. We help them plan, and we help them maximize their wealth. So click on the link below to schedule your 15-minute conversation with me. The link will take you to the screen, and you can select the best time that fits into your schedule and mine. Again, there will be nothing that you can buy. We should identify at least 2 opportunities for you to improve your picture immediately that you can take action on that should be of help to you. And then you will know exactly what to do next. What are the next steps for you to take? Most of the families we are working with today came to us having existing advisors, but are seeking a second view to look for further opportunities to help maximize. We think that is very, very wise. 15 minutes can be the start of changing the trajectory of your money for the next 30 years. Whether you are getting ready to retire, have recently retired, or have been enjoying the retirement life for a while now, this 15-minute conversation is for you. I'll leave you with this one final thought. You know, like many of you, during this COVID period time especially, I picked up some weight, and I knew I needed to increase my exercise. And so I just went to the gym, and I started exercising. I remember getting on a spin class, and later on I exercised so wildly that I injured myself. I injured myself pretty badly. I had to get back surgery. And after I was recovering during my back surgery, I thought I would wisen up. This time, I was looking for and reached out to a personal trainer, but not just any personal trainer. A personal trainer who had experience in working with people with back injuries, helping them to mend as well as becoming stronger and fitter. You know, that is how it is with retirement as well. Many of us think we'll just get to it, but we just keep putting it off. Even if you think about it, we try to tackle it on our own. We think that we can do this ourselves. But if you would be willing to reach out, and not just to anybody, but to someone who specializes in working with people in this stage of their lives and careers every single day, I know it will make the world of difference for you as well. I thank you for the opportunity to be with you today, and I'm really looking forward to our conversation.